In this video, I'd like to talk about playing with emotion. It's very common to get advice from teachers, other musicians, and even family and friends who know when they hear a performance that's moving, that person must have been overcome with emotion. So in order for your performance to be great, you must be overcome by emotion. It's very confusing advice, especially if you're a beginner. You don't know how to translate that information. It only makes sense if you're getting the advice from a teacher or another player, and they demonstrate after they say that. So they might say, play with anger, and then you hear them banging on the piano or whatever, and you're like, oh, that's how I play with anger. And then you just have to imitate what they just did. Or play it more like you're in love, and then they play the passage, and it's like, oh, that does sound like you're in love. So I'll play it exactly like they just played it. But there's very important information that's left out of that advice. And I'm going to explain what that is and how you really feel emotion when you're playing. So stay tuned. You can't do an emotion. An emotion is a state of being. It's a noun. It's not a verb. It's not a thing you can do. You can't do sad. You can't do angry. You could display that behavior, but that is called bad acting. If you did that in acting school, they would say that's just bad because you're displaying it for no motivation. It's the same in music. So first thing you want to do if you want to feel the emotion of the music is don't concentrate on the emotion at all. Let it come. It'll come two ways. One, the music. There's a reason you picked that music. You picked that music because it moved you. So what are the things in the music that's moving you? What makes you love that piece and bring those things out? So that's the number one thing. But number two, you want to click into the kinetic feeling of doing an action, either physical or verbal, in an emotional circumstance. So you could use your memories or you could use your imagination. So you're playing the music phrase as if you're doing a physical action in life from an emotional circumstance or a verbal. But so when I say verbal action, I'm not talking about just the words you're saying, because you're not going to hear words coming through your instrument unless you're a singer. I'm talking about the intonation in your voice, the musicality of how you say the words, how loud or soft you are, how the speed of it, how you phrase things when you're speaking, the color. If you're angry, you're going to have a certain color in your voice. If you're in love, you're going to have a different, more soothing sound in your voice. So all those things can translate into how you phrase something. So let me give you examples. So say we want to play a very joyous piece. We want to feel like we're leaping for joy. We're springing. So that's the feeling that's going to go through my body as I'm playing. This springing feeling. Like I'm saying, yes! Like my favorite baseball team just scored a home run. So we're going to feel that in the phrase. Feel that going through me as I'm playing the piece. Or maybe it's anger. You jerk! Like yeah, where you're slamming your leg. That's the feeling when it go through. You've seen conductors and they're like this, like playing a Beethoven symphony or something like that. I'm also thinking about what I'm doing with my color on the guitar. I'm a little brighter to get that edginess to it, the sound, but maybe I want to play a gentle piece, a beautiful, relaxing kind of lullaby. So I want this caressing feeling. So this is the feeling now that's going through my body. Maybe I'm putting my fingers through a child's hair, maybe my son's hair as he's falling asleep, just trying to get him to fall asleep. Or maybe it's a doggy, giving them a belly rub. That's the feeling. And they're looking at you with an ecstasy, that doggy. And you're saying, you're such a good doggy. I love you. So we're going to have that feeling going through us now. See, now I make this tone sweeter too. It's soft. Watch some videos of great performers. You will see this current going through their body. Maybe they're playing this beautiful, sensitive piano concerto by Mozart. You'll see their body doing this kind of motion. They're feeling the current. Or maybe you see a conductor playing that Beethoven, and they're feeling the anger or the passion of that passage. So start to explore that in your own playing. You know, it doesn't have to be this advanced piece. Maybe you're working on a simpler piece, but every single piece is about something emotionally. It's about something. You got to find that and try to find some kind of simple action that you could click into and feel. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave your comments below and start putting this to practice. Okay? All right, happy practicing.